Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and yes, Monday, we got horror news, baby. We got horror news. All right, so up first, we got, they just announced Alex Garland just did the Ex Machina, which I wanted to see so bad. It's doing great, I hear, critically. And so he's kind of let slip that because as you guys know, he was co-writer of 28 Days Later. And I don't know if he wrote or if he just produced 28 weeks, but he was talking about doing 28 months. And you know what? About fucking time, because I for one, am a huge 28 fan. I just think 28 days and I think 28 days is just fucking brilliant. And in 28 weeks was surprisingly just a solid follow-up. It was just fucking awesome. So, yeah, I for one am looking forward to 28 months. But he's not dropping any details beyond that. Except they got the crew back together. I guess they got Danny Boyle and whoever the other producer was. They're all, getting back in there and ready to do this thing. So, I came across this little blurb here, and it reminded me of something I always wanted to try. There's a movie coming out called Colossal. And they literally say it's about, the little, I wouldn't say tagline, but how they described it was, it's Godzilla meets Lost in Translation, sorry. It's just the two weirdest fucking movies, like Godzilla meets Lost in Translation. It has Natalie Portman, and apparently what it is she just loses her job and her boyfriend all in one day. And then there's just these reports of Tokyo being destroyed by a giant lizard. But it's definitely more on the drama side of things, but I don't know, I am intrigued as hell by this. Because I guess it's more focused on her here in America than it is on the actual shit going on over there. But I just like the fact that it's a movie based in a reality where that shit's going on, but it's only going on TV. I always thought that'd be a really good concept. I've always said that'd be an awesome story. Or I always wanted the other side of that was, and they kind of did, they didn't really do it in Cloverfield because clearly they were interacting with the fucking monster every inch they could. But I always thought it'd be kind of cool if you did a movie, I guess Cloverfield, but I always said Godzilla, and we're literally you're just getting out of the office one day, and then boom, Godzilla crashes through or whatever, and then he's gone, and you're still focused on the guy, what the fuck was that, and they're like, oh, report, Godzilla came back and he's fighting, Rodan, and they're down there now, and it's just this dude's life, how this impact, you start off the dude's having a normal day, or he's having relationship troubles, or I don't know, just the most boring fucking drama, and then out of nowhere just have this giant monster attack come through, and then end, and then he survives, he gets up from the rubble or whatever, and he's just what the fuck, and it's just him trying to get his life back together now, after this giant monster attack, and then just whatever bullshit he was doing before. Or, you ever see an action movie, and there's a giant, there's a huge, freeway chase scene or whatever, and they're shooting at each other. I want to do the movie where it's literally it's a romantic comedy, or we'll go romantic drama. We'll make a comedy, we'll make a drama. But literally, he's you're having problems or whatever, and they're the girls goes, if you're late one more time, if you're gonna miss our date one more time, that's it. And he's I won't miss. And then literally this action sequence just happens out of nowhere, as he's driving through the day, fucking you got I don't know, Jason Statham running over cars and shit and just shooting behind him, and insert other generic action stars here, and then literally just cuts back to that guy driving, and of course he's held up now because the cops are there and they stop, there's been crashes and shit because of this insane chase, and he's halt traffic, and it's just he's fuck, where'd that come from, that's the so it reminds me of this, so I don't know, Colossal. I'm actually looking forward to seeing this. I want to see Colossal. I'll stand by. I think it sounds interesting. It's intriguing. Now here's the part 3. They're thinking of another part 3 to a new horror trilogy. I haven't seen the first 2 at all, and I really want to. And everybody says it's really good, but I haven't seen it yet. But they just announced that there's going to be a Wolf Creek 3. Yeah. Boom. To our brothers and sisters over down under, I believe. Yeah, I want to see it. I really do. Actually, I have a friend of mine who was, the first one's based on a true story, or loosely based on whatever, but he was in that area, because he went over there for whatever it was he was doing. I think it was a job. He had a job or something like that. Took him over there, or he's interning, or I don't know what the fuck the deal was. But anyway, he went down there, and he went to the area where all that shit went down, and the real part. I'm not sure how much the real story and the movies are similar or different. But either way, wherever it's based on is where he drove through that area. I was like, that's fucking awesome. So, but yeah, Wolf Creek 3. So there you go. Now Netflix has got a couple of shows coming their way. I think one of them actually maybe just be a Netflix original movie, but it's Blumhouse and the actor Mark Duplass, which I'm just a Mark Duplass fan, and I can't explain why because I don't really like a lot of the shit he does. But there's just something about him himself that I don't know, I'm drawn to. Yeah, so he's got this movie, and it's called Creep, but and it's supposed to be on on Netflix soon. But I don't know, just something about Mark Duplass and the fact that it just seems weird that he did a Lazarus Effect earlier. He was in fucking Tammy. It just seems like, because he started off as like a mumblecore fucking actor, just doing these really bad, pretentious bullshit movies. And he's like just like weird horror turns like this past year, and I'm like, really? I know Tammy's not really horror, but it felt like a horror movie because it was just terrifying to watch. Wasn't a fan. But but he was like the best part about it. Like literally, I was just like rolling my eyes through the whole fucking movie, and then he shows up, and he's the romantic lead for Tammy. You're like, really? This ain't fucking happening, but whatever. We'll buy it, I guess, in Hollywood land. But anyway, I liked him. His performance was great. Like, it's just very real. Like, he's just a hell of an actor, even though the bullshit he does is just garbage 9 times out of 10. But well, he did that one. What the fuck? That one movie he did recently where him and his wife are having marriage problems. They go to like a little The Way We Were, maybe, or it was something like that, or The Place We Live, or it was some kind of title like that. But it was neat because it's like, I can't say. Anyway, that's off topic anyway. But yeah, it was a really good movie. Came out last year. It's kind of it had a sci-fi feel to it. But I love that movie. So I don't know. I just know whenever this dude's when this cat's name pops up, I always kind of like check into what he's doing because I don't know. I'm a fan. I'm a Mark Duplass fan. So the fact he's teamed up with Blumhouse, which is to me is not really disappointed, except I guess with Unfriended. But yeah, I don't know. Creep. I'll check it out. It's hitting Netflix. And there's a show coming out called Between. And basically a small town gets a virus that this, takes out a lot of the population. It kills everybody over the age of 22. So if you're a kid, or a young adult, you're okay. But everybody else gets this disease and dies. Well, the government quarantines this area. I mean, I don't know if it's just one town or if it's like a county or whatever, but they quarantine it up, and then like the kids just can go crazy, and like it's like Lord of the Flies or some shit. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious how it's gonna go. I really hope they don't go Hunger Games teeny bopper with it. I really hope they kind of go dark with it, but I doubt it. So I haven't really seen anything too dark on Netflix, or at least Netflix original shit. So I don't know how dark they're willing to go, but I hope it goes. I'm curious. I forget the dude's name, Nicholas something, I think, but the guy who directed Drive, well, I guess he's going to throw his hat into the horror arena there with the Neon Dream. Here's what I fucking hate about it, is I watched Drive. It fucking sucked. It was just a horrible, shitty, fucking boring movie. And I just couldn't get into it. And it was, I think part of it may be the reason that, a buddy who recommended it to me, he overhyped it. He was just like, oh, this is great. Or I can't remember if he overhyped it or not, because he may be watching right now. But I didn't overhype that. You overhyped it yourself. Either way, there was hype to it. So I was just like, I can't wait to watch this. And after that, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? I didn't like the fact that he just used, and the movie's called Neon Dream, which is just ironic. But, in this movie, it's just bright neon colors throughout the whole fucking movie. And the one thing that everybody is comparing this movie to right here, this color-wise, right? It looks like a young Argento. Now, I'm not a huge Argento fan, Dario Argento, because no one knows who Argento is. Anyways, but no, they're comparing to Argento, and even though I'm not a big Argento fan, I just hate the fact that this prick is just being compared to anybody in the horror community. Because I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe this will be the scariest fucking, this will kickstart a new wave of, artsy horror. I don't know, but Neon Dream coming soon to a theater near you, I'm guessing. Underworld 5 underway. I am not a huge Underworld fan at all. I just don't give a shit. But yeah, Part 5's coming our way. Kate Beckinsale's back. I'm definitely more of a Resident Evil fan. I'm just gonna kind of say, if it came down to Resident Evil or Underworld, I'm going Resident Evil every time. And the thing is, the reasons I hate Underworld, those arguments can also be made for reasons why I should hate Resident Evil. But I don't. I'm just more of a Resident Evil fan. It's not even a game, because I didn't even care for the games. I know, blasphemy. Oh, shit. The games I thought was ridiculous. So So yeah, I don't know. I guess this is more of a zombie thing. I prefer zombies to, even though they're not really zombies in Resident Evil. They're just like beefed up fucking mutants that break out of a lab or whatever. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we got so for you Underworld fans out there, Part 5's coming out. Don't know what the little subtitle's gonna be. I'm sure it'll end with a IWIN or a ING. So yeah, we got Samuel L. Jackson cast in the remake of The Blob. We talked about Blob earlier, not today, but before. And yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I mean, once again, the original, or not, I can't consider the original, the remake Blob, the one I grew up with, the '80s version, it wasn't like Sacred Ground or anything. So whenever like we're remaking it, I'm like, well, of course you are, because you guys remake everything. But I am curious where they're going to go with it. The fact that they try to compare the Blob now, like, even though it's the Blob, they're going to make it more like an alien from Aliens. Or the alien from Predator. I guess I could just call him Predator. But anyway, they're going to make it more like that, a sophisticated alien as opposed to just this jello mode, you know, going through killing people. So, but Sam Jackson joined the cast, so yeah, that's kind of cool. Speaking of remakes, just announced The Craft being remade. That's one of those I should probably be upset because I mean The Craft is one of my favorite movies from my childhood. Not saying that it holds up to any of my favorite movies now, but because I mean when I was junior high fan, I was like, crap, probably top 10 or whatever. And now I'm not sure it even crack top 100 or anything. But I like it. Like I said, I still sit down and watch it. I enjoy it. I think the acting's great. I think the story's really good. I can't say acting's great. Acting's good. Story's really good. I mean, it's a solid, fun watch. It really is. I can never pronounce that girl's name, but Faruza Balk. Whatever her fucking name is, the crazy bitch in the group. I love her, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie, like had a crush on her as a kid. Like oh, awesome. So yeah, but I'm just afraid they're gonna turn it like Carrie when they remade Carrie. That was just some CW looking bullshit, like Dawson's Creek fucking Carrie. What that reminded me, because it was so glossy and everything was just so perfect. I don't know. I didn't care for it. So I just have a feeling they may do the same with this. I don't know. But I enjoyed the original, and I'll check out the remake. I'm sure they'll queer it up somehow. But and finally, and this is the coolest news right here, because I told you before, they were going to do Twin Peaks, but apparently they couldn't reach a deal with David Lynch, and the fans were like pissed, and even the cast members were like, there is no Twin Peaks without David Lynch. Well, apparently they reached a deal. David Lynch is back. Oh, yes! Boom! Oh, that's the best news of the week right there. That's how you top it off. You top it off with the best. Fucking pumped. I mean, big Twin Peaks fan, but a huge David Lynch fan. Like, fuck Twin Peaks. It could be anything, but the fact that it's Twin Peaks and they're bringing it back and they're bringing him back with it, that's awesome. So yeah, I'm fucking pumped about that. So, well, guys, you got any comments based on what I've talked about here? You got want to talk about any of these stories? Leave a comment down below, or hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. You guys can, chat with me over there about any of these, comments. Let me know what you think about these upcoming TV shows on Netflix. Web shows. You can't really call it, TV show, because not on TV. Anyways, but yeah, hit me up on that, or what you think about, some of these remakes coming out. Hey, whatever. The Phantom's here. The Phantom's here for you. So, alright, guys, I am the movie fan.